guys and welcome. These are your handover videos for your 2023 Bailey Unicorn Pamplona. These are a basic walkthrough video on how to set up and operate the caravan as if you were coming on site. So starting off first, we have the black hitch head here, silver handle. Now you have to have that silver handle wound up so that you can then wind down the jockey wheel onto the tow ball, snap it down, press up that red button and expose a green ring. You then have your breakaway cable. If you have an eye point, it has to be put around the eye point. If not, wrap it around the tow bar. You then have a gas strut handbrake. Now with these, always make sure to just give it a bit of a tug backwards, just because sometimes they can occasionally hear the first click and you'll think it's on. Just make sure you pull it all the way back. Then you've got 13-pin electric, so if you do have 7-pin adaptation, make sure to bring yourself an adapter. Now 2 points either side and 2 points at the back, you have inserts for your legs. The caravan itself comes with a leg winder, or you can get yourself a 19mm drill bit and a power drill just to make it that bit quicker. Do not attempt to jack up or lift the caravan using your legs, they're simply used for stabilisation. Now we are using our test equipment today, so we'll come around this side. Starting off first, we have your plug-in for your mains. Mains plugs in nice and easy, and then you can press down that cap to lock it into place. Same concept with your rack roll. So this is an rack roll full of clean drinking water, and your water pump. So water pump itself inserts in and out by just pushing in and out. You have this plastic cap to go over the top of the rack roll to ensure that no nastiness gets in, and then at the bottom we have your strainer. Now it's crucial that the strainer sits at the bottom of the barrel, as you don't want any water to be not coming through. You want essentially a nice steady stream. You don't want any coughs or splutters, so always make sure that's at the bottom. And then same as that one, lock it into place with that cap. You then have your flue here. Your flue is used to get clean air in and out of your boiler. Don't have to do anything with this except make sure it's nice, clean and tidy. Then lastly, well, nearly lastly, I have a red propane gas bottle with an in-date gas hose. These black gas hoses will run for 5 years, whilst these orange hoses will run for 10. And that connects onto that regulator just there. So hand tighten that as much as you can, and then just nip it up using something like that or an adjustable spanner. Once both sides are firmly connected, twist the gas bottle in the positive or open direction. Then we have your toilet function. So with regards to this, let me just move stuff out of my pocket. Underneath we have where your wastewater will come out of. You'll need some 28.5mm waste pipe to then feed into a waste master that you can empty out at the appropriate point on the site. Then above we have your cassette toilet. To remove the cassette toilet, you press up on this orange handle. You move that out the way first, as if by magic. A little bit awkward to take out with one hand, but what you do, twist that head to the side, open up that compartment. You want to tip, and at the same time as tilting, continually pressing the vent button. Then my recommendation is to feed in some fresh water into this compartment, shut it all back up, give it a bit of a shake, and again tilt and vent. Then on this cap just here, you have measurements in both imperial and metric. That's for your blue chemical. The blue chemical goes into there, back onto that component, and twist the head to the side. Now this handle as well does also extend out and up, and it is on wheels, so it can be used similar to a carry-on suitcase. Just pause again. Then just above we have your flush tank. The flush tank itself can hold around 12 litres of water. However, I wouldn't recommend putting in any more than 10, as you don't want to overfill the compartment. You can also add a little bit of pink chemical, which works as a bleach without being corrosive and makes it smell nicer. Now you don't want to travel with either of these two full, so just to the side here you have this little bung to drain off any remaining water from the flush tank. The caravan itself will be fully drained off before you leave with it. Then underneath your right hand side seat you have all of this. So this here is your onboard tank, which you can also open up using that capacity. And then you have this switch here. As the switch is currently facing towards the actual box itself, that is allowing the water through. When it is switched over to that position, it will drain out any water that's inside. Now when you collect the caravan, that will be facing away from the box. You also have your main boiler just here, which is your outer boiler, and similar to that you have another drain valve. So with both of these drain valves either facing away or facing up vertically, that will drain off the caravan and you will collect it with it being that way. November to March, have them up permanently unless you're actively using the caravan. Any damage that is caused through frost is not covered under Bailey's warranty or any other warranty for that matter, as it's classified as user error. So make sure that they're both switched up. Then underneath your fridge you have all of your trips and fuses. All your trips in the upright position and all your fuses in the correct position as well. And just here we have your main control system. So you've got on and off for the actual controls of the caravan. You have internal lights, and then you just have to use the respective light switches. Awning lights, so press that in, go outside and you can see that's on. And then you have pump. Now for pump, you'll press that in, and that is semi-dependent on this. Now currently I'm set to external pump, which means that water is being drawn straight through from the Acrol to the boiler. However, if it was a case I wanted to fill the onboard tank and use the water from that, I'd press over and it would begin to fill the onboard tank. Now, as you can see briefly, it will flash up to show the amount of capacity. So when I come over to my sink, for example, if I were to drain this off, as you can see, and then if I switch it over, you'll see a brief flash up. Now with regards to this, wait about 2 to 3 minutes to allow the water to come through. You also have this button here for battery showing the amount of charge coming into the van. Now if you're not got an actual leisure battery on, that will show the mains, and when you're plugged into mains regardless, that's showing the mains amount. So whilst we just wait 2 to 3 minutes, I will show you your outlet heating. So this is your heating control panel. So you've got on and off just here. So I've just turned that off, turn that back on, and you can see that green light flash on. Just move it out of the way. It will tell you first the internal temperature, which is currently 13.5. I can set what I'd like the indoor temperature to be by pressing and holding on this button, going up and down. Goes up to a maximum of 30. Whatever I set it to, it will get to that temperature. Press back to menu, then have the energy button. So this chooses what I would like to use. So I can either use 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts of electric. Now do be aware that some sites do not have 3 kilowatt capacity. Gas, and a mixture of it by having 1, 2 or 3 as well. So for now, I'm just going to use gas. Then there's a priority button, so you can choose either electric or gas. Choose that to electric. A load monitor, but that's an automatic detection. And then a high altitude mode as well, only for altitudes above 1,000 meters, which you'd have to be doing a fair bit of a trek. Then you have your hot water. So hot water, you have one choice. So you can either turn it on or you can boost it. Now what boost does, it will prioritize the water heat over the heating of the actual caravan for 30 minutes and then drop it back down. When it's just on, like that, that will get the water temperature to around about 40 or 50 degrees. When it's boosted, that will get it to about 70. So it prioritizes the water, so it's ideal for a shower or something like that. But when I press in like that, the water isn't active. Okay, so that's just the case. Come to your tap, open up on both cold and hot, and what you're looking for is a nice steady continuous stream. If there's any coughs or splutters, go outside and ensure that the strainer is set at the bottom of the barrel, there's plenty of water in the Acrol, and that your drain valve's in the correct position. But let this run for about 30 seconds, and you can also see, just missed it, the green button showing that the water is being replaced, and when it goes off, the tank is full. Same with the internal pump. So draw the water through there, come over, and this is now using for water from the onboard tank facility. And same concept comes up with the green. So brief summary: on, indoor lights, awning light, water pump, internal pump, external pump. Then just here we have your hob grill and oven. So all of this operates on gas minus the electric plate. For the electric plate, spin that to the side and it will get to whatever gas mark. Everything else, press in, twist to the side and press your igniter. Now it may be a case that that will light up and then cut out. That's just the gas making its way through its system. So this is what it looks like when it's all lit. As you can see, all burners nice and lit. Turn it off, back to the central position. Same concept for the grill. As you can see, all nice and lit there. Finally the oven. So let's see if I can do this with one hand. So press that in. As you can see, all nice and lit there as well. Only other real thing to note, don't put down this glass sheet until all of these burners are cold to the touch and you need to travel with this glass sheet down. If you have a gas bottle with a hose, you can have the hose connected whilst travelling, but ensure that the actual gas bottle itself is turned off. And I'd always recommend running through all of these before you go checking gas on fridge or an Alder. And just here we have your toilet system, which is bog simple. Open up that. You can press this button here. And you can hear that motor. It's sort of hard to hear when the tractors are going by right now. But then to remove your waste, press away on this handle, opens up the catch, pull it back towards you and shut it up. And just here you have a little icon for the cassette toilet. When the cassette is full, there'll be a red light telling you to empty. Then lastly we have your Dometic fridge. So turn this on, press and hold on this button, it will flash up and go to its most recent memory. Now these are two-way dual fridges. Now with these, if you're wanting to use it dual, make sure that you do push in all the way, because otherwise you'll just end up with them falling off. So just make sure that you do push in, because otherwise it's a bit of a pain to put back on. So this is the main system here. So I press in. First up I have this bar here. This is for the amount of power coming into the fridge. Thicker the bar, the more power coming into the fridge, the faster it's going to chill. Even on 5, it does take around 4 hours to fully chill. Press in again, twist to the side, I then have my source. So I either have what's currently set, which is gas. I have auto, which will automatically choose what the fridge thinks is the best source. I have this battery symbol, which is representative of 13-pin electric, not your leisure battery. And then I have mains. So whatever is blue is what is selected. Whatever adds the border around it is what's currently on. So chose auto, and auto switches it over to mains. Then lastly, this last row is a few additional settings. So this is screen brightness, low and high, key beep, so when I press something it's going to beep up, a ventilation setting just here, and then fast freeze, which is going to prioritize the freezer over the fridge to make sure it's nice and chilled. And then this is how it looks naturally, and then if you don't want to use the fridge, press and hold in, turns itself off, no more lights.